Hello everyone, welcome to my very first video of 2025. My name is Kimberly, and in today's video I am going to be sprucing up some crates that I had my husband built for me. And as you can see, I'm going to be creating my design in Canva, and I'm going to really basically just be looking for bold letters, like a bold font style, so to make my weeding time easier, so to say. So these words have to fit on the front side of my crates, and basically I'm just making sure that whatever I am making is not going to take up too much space on my cutting machine once I'm at that point. And as you can see, these are the crates, and I'm going to be using shelf liner from the Duck brand. I don't know if anyone has ever used that or seen that. I'm probably obviously not the first one to do it, but this is what I'm going to be using to cut out my stencils. I'm a mom of four, and when I'm crafting, my time is cut short. So I was not going to waste any time trying to hold down this paper, and I tried my best to just hold it down, as quick as possible and get it cut to the size that I needed. So that's why you see me struggling here. And what I'm basically doing is leaving the shiny side up and obviously the backing of it down on the mat. I used the regular blade on my machine and only cut once through it because I thought since this paper is so thin that it would just cut right through every single letter, but that was not the case. I ended up having to like tear through the paper because it did not cut through the paper. So either my blade is, running out of its life, or or I obviously needed to use my other blade on this probably. So that is what you see me doing here, just tearing out those letters so that I have my stencil in place, because I did not want to waste any material, and I just went ahead and gave it a go like that. And I will say I really like that this material is easy to handle, like on at least on these crates. I was able to reposition it because, as you can see, it is not centered. And basically when I craft, I like to eyeball things and just do them my own way. I'm not very precise, so to speak, with how I do things. I like to do them on my own, and if I get an idea or see something from someone else, I basically will give it a go, but on my own terms, if that makes any sense. So that is what I did here. But yeah, I really enjoyed using it once I had obviously teared out every single piece of backing of paper on this. I want to share with you this quote that says, "Crafting is the art of turning ordinary objects into extraordinary things." The author is unknown, but I loved it and I thought I should share it with you guys today. So, in the sense of crafting and creating, I want to be sure to inspire you guys to be able to make some time and craft, whether it's 10 minutes a day or 30 minutes, or even if it's one day of the week where you're like, today I am crafting and doing nothing else. I'm going to be using the color 1603 from Benjamin Moore Paints, and I really love this color, you guys. It is like a black gray, like it's like a smoke black, I want to say. But I truly do enjoy painting with it. I've used it for many other projects, and today I figured that this color would just match absolutely perfect with these crates. So I did use it for these letters on this specific crate, and I ended up also using just flat black on my other crates that you will see here in a minute. And I also just used a pure white is what it is for two of my other boxes, one that did turn out good and the other one didn't. So as I lifted up this stencil, I realized I had scallops all around my letters, and believe me, that was not my intention. But it is what it is, and I just went ahead and went over it with a really thin paintbrush and outlined the letters again with that. So that took me a minute, but it wasn't too bad. And I really liked the end result after I did that with the paintbrush. So I'm going to take the rest of this project on outside. Please ignore my socks and pink sandals. But yeah, so in regards to the project, I took it outside and I realized that I should have probably covered my boxes a little bit more. But I just went ahead and left it like that because I figured I could sand it off, by hand. And it really wasn't that much of a hassle for me. You could, prepare your area a little bit more than what I did, but I figured, one extra little step won't hurt. I must have jinxed myself when I chose the word hope for this box because it totally turned out a fail. And I just want to say to don't be discouraged when things don't turn out the way you want them to, because believe me, every other box turned out so, so beautiful, and not because I did the work, but because they do actually look very, very cute. And I just want to inspire you guys and motivate you guys to continue to work on creating new stuff and continue to try new projects no matter what happened in the last one, because if all else fails, you can just try again. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up my childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. So now faith, hope, and love abide. These three, but the greatest of these is love.